We got a few minutes left. I want to make sure that we touch upon a documentary you're working on with LeBron James, because I think it'll be interesting here, which is the, and then if we have a minute after that, I'm going to take a question or two, so think on it. About student athletes and, frankly, whether it's time to pay them. Tell me about the documentary.
Well, yeah. Well, you know, we all know this in this room. There aren't student athletes. They're professionals. The amount of money, I'm sure there was a period of time where student athletes and getting a scholarship was the privilege that you got for being an athlete, and you were gifted athlete. That's fine. But now when you got $20 billion coming from here, and regional sports television deals coming from here, and the resale of uniforms and images and likenesses for video games, and you don't pay these guys, they get thrown out of school if they got a free tattoo. They can't afford you, a poor kid from Florida, and you can't afford, you got a scholarship to Alabama, and your parents can't afford to see you play live. Yet the school is making $20 billion, or you're a young athlete, you're forced to wear Nikes because they paid a coach, and your parents can't come to see you play. And if somebody buys a ticket, then you're ineligible. I mean, that's bullshit, right? That's obviously exploitation, and it needs to be course corrected. So the job of this documentary, and with Maverick Carter and LeBron James, is really to shine a light on, the student athlete. What happens to these guys, when they don't make it pro and they have 7 knee surgeries and they can't walk? Who's paying for the surgery then, right? What happens to these guys? So really exploiting that. And what's amazing is when you interview some of the coaches, some of these D1 coaches, there's remorse. They knew these kids were getting scholarships and playing football 60 hours a week, and their major was physical education or some bullshit, just to be able to get a passing grade. And that if they don't go pro with the education that they receive, it's not much they can do with it on the outside world. It's not right. So hopefully we can get these guys paid and break the stigma, get these guys paid and drive the right conversation around it. So I'm excited. I'm excited for it. And having LeBron obviously be a part of it. I mean, he didn't go to college, and he has a clear perspective on why. And that also is, you'll see in October 2nd on the documentary on HBO.
All right, so
plug in right now.
I'm going to I'm going to take it back because we don't have that much time for questions, and I want to because the way
we have all the time in the world, man.
All right, well,
everybody wants to talk.
Double the session.
They like
here.
this conversation.
Y'all saying we're going to cancel everything else, do this for 8 hours. Because here's the thing: you understand messaging, you understand changing perceptions. That what you just talked about, everybody in this room, I'm sure, agrees with you.
Yes.
But there are some very powerful people who don't agree with you. How do we change a conversation like that to actually make change?
Forget those guys, man. Those guys, that's the number one thing. Forget those people. Forget those ways, forget those people, forget that way of thought. That's the only way to start this. If I was to listen to the odds of what I'd be, I went to 5 colleges in 3 years and obviously didn't graduate, and was a guy left the music business going into advertising, and that wasn't supposed to work either. I don't listen to these types of things. And this is the right time for this conversation to happen, because everybody knows that it's wrong. And when you put a light on it, everybody starts to scatter. So what are the powerful guys going to say? No, it's fair? It's how? Why you make $20 billion and this kid can't afford for his parents to see him play live? That's fair? What are you talking about? You want to say that on camera, sir?
They've basically said it.
Well, when you see what they say now on camera, when you see what they say on camera now, it's a whole different, their tune has changed. And the coaches know it. You're going to pay Coach K $7 million, $8 million a year so he can make the kids wear the footwear of his choice as equipment, that's on top of his salary. That's how you get the kids to wear the shoes. You pay the coach. That's fair? Who's going to say that? Anyhow, it's going to be riveting. And it's definitely going to cause a lot of chatter. And that's the best news. That's the best thing that I feel like social media has done. It allows people to rally around things. And this is an opportunity when this topic comes up. And there's a lot of people who have these stories that are former athletes in college that thought they were going to go somewhere and they never had a chance for their voice to be heard. I believe that this moment that we're embarking on with this documentary will then open up that topic for everybody to come out and talk about their claims against the NCAA.